Hey everybody, welcome once again. I am your host, Mujer De Exito Unbounded show. I'm your host, MartiAngel, MartiAngel. Thank you everybody for being with me. Those of you that are watching me live on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel, you understand that this is a raw and real podcast. I'm not taking out I'm not editing out any of the ums or none of that. This is raw, this is real, and this is for you, the mujerpreneur. Welcome to the Mujer De Exito Unbounded, which means Woman of Success Without Limits podcast show. Once again, my name is MartiAngel. I am your host. If you're watching me on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel, remember to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss an episode. Why? Because I'm going to help you rock your six figures, right? All right, today let's talk about you, the mujerpreneur that is seasoned, okay? Because there is such an ageism going on in society today. You know, I've been told, that I shouldn't dress a certain way because of granny porn. I look like granny porn. I'm not even a grandma yet. But still, stop judging people for what you think they are. Right? Because you don't know everybody's story. But anyway, let's get to it. So I don't want you to be dismayed if you are in your sunset years. I'm going to share with you today 5 powerful ways to become recession-proof even after 60. And that's important. That is important. Because if you are walking into the sunset of your life as I am, there's a lot of things that your mind plays, your mind plays tricks on you. Anyway, if you're just joining me, welcome to the Mujer De Exito Unbounded. If you're watching me, make sure to hit that bell, subscribe, because you help me get the message out to more and more people. If you're listening to me wherever you listen to your favorite shows and it's a Friday, have a great weekend after you listen. Make sure to download it, listen to it, and then you can chuck it. But the way the algorithm works is based on how many downloads, not how many listens we get. All right, let's get to it. Now, today I want to talk to you, the woman who is on the verge of maybe retiring or thinking about retiring soon, and you're looking at your future and you're thinking, oh my goodness. And then with the slump in the bolsa de valores, which is the stock market, everything went down. It's starting to come back up because the president has gone back on his promise and whatever that is. But the point is that if you're worried about or uncertain about how the world feels today because you feel like the economy is shaky, then this podcast, this episode is where you want to be. I know, mujeres hermosas, chulas, the headlines are loud with fear, they are loud with division, and they are loud with predictions of a recession, civil war. I mean, all kinds of nastiness, right? Dark side. But let me tell you, I want to speak to you from my heart. If you are in the sunset years of your life, this is not the time to shrink back. This is the time to lean in, right? Like many of you, I have weathered many, many storms, economic, personal, even political, and through it all, one truth remained. You are never too old to rise again. As a matter of fact, I can remember many moons ago, but when I was younger, I'd say about 20 years younger than I am right now, something happened. Somebody tried to annihilate me in my career. And if you would have told me then that I'd be here sharing with you 20 years later, this scar, I would have said, no way, I can't do this. But anyway, those years, in fact, these years, often called the sunset years, can be your most powerful, productive, and peaceful season of your life. As long as you refuse to let fear lead the way. I want you to know that fear is not your friend. It's important to stay positive, and if there's anything, fake it till you make it. It's not about anything else except that. You've got to stay positive. So fake being positive until you really feel it. Now, let me give you an example. I love stories. Okay. I was 18 years old. My boyfriend had just broke up with me because he said I was too skinny to take to the beach. And it was summertime, and it was the summer of my senior year, and I was getting ready to pack because I was going to go represent the city of Chula Vista, traveling abroad all over the European, all over Europe, right? So it was a 3-month trip. And my boyfriend broke up with me because he said I was too skinny. Well, I remember feeling when he broke up with me, it was a Wednesday, and that Friday before I was, going to go on this trip, my dad wanted us to go on a camping trip. I didn't want to go. I really didn't want to go. I just felt like, covering my head, feeling like an ostrich, put my head in the sand and let everything go away. I remember that I was crying and all of this stuff. And then all of a sudden something came inside me and said, no. Okay, you're going to make it good. You're going to make this little trip, this 2-day, 3-day little trip, camping trip with your family, very good. And I remember that I was faking a laugh, right? Faking a laugh, kind of like when I teach laughter yoga, right? And I was faking a laugh. Yeah, that's my fake laugh. But it sounds real, and it just started to change the way I felt. I was so focused on being in that present moment that I didn't allow myself to think about anything else or about the breakup or anything else. So at that point in time, I was right there in that space of fake it till you make it. If you're doing something like that, yeah, I kept on going until I finally forgot all about that, and I was in the present moment, and I was going to be okay. So, if you are in the sunset of your life, staying positive is important. But know that you're adaptable, and know that I want you to be curious about your superpower. Try to figure out, what is your superpower besides the fact that you're a seasoned mujerpreneur and you have a lot of life and a lot of experience to share. That's your superpower right now. And so how can you recession-proof your life no matter what your age? That's what this is all about. It's important for you to think about this. Let me share 5 different ways that can help you go from the fear of being in that season of your life to actually having faith in your, capabilities. So, the number one thing is to shift your fear to faith in your capabilities. Now, that's not an easy feat because fear, mujer hermosa chula, has a very loud voice. It's the first thing that comes into our head when we see somebody walking around with only a t-shirt and their underwear, right? I mean, when do we really see that? But I know that if you saw that person walking to the store, you'd probably have some sort of judgment going on, right? And that judgment comes from your fear, believe it or not. That judgment comes from your fear to be authentic, your fear to do whatever it is that you've got to do as long as it doesn't harm anybody, and show up however you show up, right? So remember, fear has a loud voice, but it doesn't have to run your life, right? So what would you do? What would I do? I would acknowledge the fear and I'd say, hi, fear. Hello. Thank you very much. And then move on with what I want to do, right? Let me give you an example of what happens to me on a day-to-day basis. So what happens to me is my fear of being too old, right? Because that's what my fear says to me. My fear will say to you as well, you're too old. It's too late. You look too tired. Too many wrinkles. Nobody's going to listen to you. You're done. But the truth of the matter is, you are not done. Mujer hermosa, chula, you are seasoned. You are seasoned. You've come a long way, baby. You are wise. You have resilience. You have a resilience and an expertise and a journey full of experiences that no 20-year-old or no 30-year-old or no 40-year-old even can match. And that's a great thing. When you approach your future with that energy, faith over fear, you open yourself up to possibilities. Every time you say, I can learn that, you take back your power. You take it back from that fear voice over here that says, hey, viejita, nobody's going to listen to you. But if you say, I can learn from this or I can learn that, you take back your power. I want to, do a caveat here, a side thing. When things go crazy in Spanish we call it mis rededores, right? In my surroundings, I find that I tend to go into my Kabbalah, teachings and learnings. I get deeper into learning about the Creator, learning about God, learning about how I can be the light, right? And so what I want to share with you is the fact that what you're going to hear from me for a while is some mantras and some learnings that I get from my studies of Kabbalah. Now, reminder, I am a Catholic, so Kabbalah is not a religion. It's like my yoga sutras when I teach those. It's a way of life. It's a way how I conduct myself. Okay, so let's get on it. Number 2, learn a digital skill that pays. What? You said what? Yes, you can. Don't say I can't. Stop it, because words become your truth. You don't need to become a tech wizard. That's not what I'm saying. But learning how to use platforms like Pinterest, Canva, ConvertKit, MailChimp, StanStore, whatever it is that can help you sell, Gumroad, that can help you sell what you know, share your story, or recommend products you already love. That's why this digital age is so important. Going way, way back when I was a teacher, I was a tech mentor teacher, and I helped to, back in the day when Cat 5 was alive. So if you are around when Cat 5 was alive, please, I'd like to chat with you. So drop me a comment, find me on social media and say hi. Let's chat about Cat 5, right? So as a tech mentor teacher, I got certified in troubleshooting, the IBM, the PCs, and then over here I got troubleshooting the Macintoshes, the Apples, and I was actually teaching programming for the Apple IIe, very basic programming. And what I want to get to is that, you have all of this, and when you share your story or recommend products that you already love that come from things that you have learned, what you need to understand is that the internet has leveled the playing field. It hasn't made it harder for you, but it has leveled the playing field. And guess what? People want to buy from people they trust. So when you share your story, make sure it's authentic, make sure it's real. And when you share your story, make sure it is a real life experience, because that real life experience gives you an edge. So that's where you pick up your faith, because you have the experience that no 20-year-old, no 30-year-old has. You just need to show up and let it work for you. So let me give you an action tip, because I'm all about action taking. I want you to take one free course on YouTube this week. Let's say on affiliate marketing, on email list building, or on creating digital products. I know if you're looking for something very easy, you can also go to the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel and take a look at my videos. Right? Take a look at them, because I do affiliate marketing. I do build my list. I do create digital products. Check it out on YouTube. You're already here. You're watching me, so check it out. All right. Number three. I want you to create one stream of passive or recurring income. You don't need 5 side hustles that are going to take you from here to there to there to there. And then at the end of the day, you're not sure what the heck comes next. You need one smart income stream. Whether that's a $27 a month membership, a digital download you sell on your Gumroad store, on your Stan store, on your Shopify store, on your, whatever store. Or maybe that's from affiliate commissions from products you already use. If you are wanting to learn how to be, an affiliate marketer, make sure to drop it in the comments below and reach out to me, because that helps me learn about what you want to know more about so I can create income. I'm not one of those people that is like, teach when you can't do. Those that can't teach. I've heard that over and over and over and over and over. Well, let me tell you this. I was a lousy math student. Well, I wouldn't say lousy, but I was a math student that was just okay. But yet I was teaching later on in life. I learned math because I took it on, and I was teaching math because I had learned it. So the way that I was teaching math and algebra to college kids was from my own experience, right? So when you teach from something that you have learned from, that you've lived. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of fakers. I call them fakers. A lot of fakers out there that will say, do this for affiliate marketing. You make this and you make that and you make that. But they've never really been an affiliate marketer. They're just teaching you what somebody else already taught them on what to do, and they're selling you courses that they themselves have not done. And that's not the kind of person I am. I am a walk your talk kind of person. So be real careful. If you're the walk your talk kind of person, raise your hand, say hello, and say, yes, I am a walk my talk kind of person, and I feel better learning from a walk my talk person. Let me share with you, I also am a network marketer. right? And I'm not afraid to say that. Do I coerce people? Absolutely not. My passive income comes from the sales that I've made before and the products that I love and use and I share. Passive income gives you breathing room, right? So here's an action tip. Choose a problem that you can solve. Are you a journaler? Do you have skincare tips? Do you have stretching for seniors? Are you a gardener? Are you a baker? Whatever it is. Turn that experience into a printable guide or a very short video class. No more than maybe 2 videos. And that way you can give that. You only have to create it once, but you can give that away or you can sell it for something like $7, but it keeps selling for years as long as you keep it up and as long as you keep it fresh. Now, number 4. Share your story like I'm sharing right here. Build your community. I have a community that I am building, and that community is a safe space for you, the bilingual BIPOC mujerpreneur, to be able to learn how to rock 6 figures and share your story and get unstuck. So if you're interested in finding a community that understands your culture, understands you, then make sure you hit me up and join my community. My community is less than a Starbucks coffee every day. So you can start a community. Start where you are. You can start building your story. You can start building your lead magnets. You can start building with your phone, your voice, and your story. Baby, you are rocking it. So when you speak up and show others what's possible at your age, whatever age that is, you inspire and you attract. You don't need 10,000 followers. You just need 100 true fans who trust you. And yes, your story matters. Make sure it is your story, not somebody else's story. Whether you start a blog, whether you start a podcast or an Instagram account, you are building digital real estate. And these platforms, as of right now, are, I want to say, semi-free. And the reason I say semi-free is because you do need to pay if you want ads, right? But most of the time they're free. But what you build on them can become priceless. So here's an action tip for that. Post once a week about something you've learned, something you've overcome, or something you truly believe in. Like right now, I'm focused on really learning my Kabbalah and really learning things. As a matter of fact, I want to share a mantra that I learned because I worry about not sharing enough on social media. But here is what I learned. Here's the mantra from my Kabbalah mentor, David Guillaume. So here it is. I protect what is sacred. I share only with those who uplift my blessings. I grow in certainty, unseen, and unstoppable. And I have it written down and I say it more than once a day because it reminds me that I do have something valuable, that I am, I'm still relevant. Even though I am in that season that we call the sunset of my life, I'm still valuable. I'm still reliable. I'm still very much relevant. And that is important. But if you're looking for a community that you would love to feel like you really belong, share your culture, I would be so incredibly grateful for you to join my community. And if you want to join my community, just drop the word community in the comments below and I will send you a link. All right, let's go to number 5. Number 5 is protect your mindset like it is your greatest asset. Because it is. This is not just about making money, because making money is good. I love money. But this is about protecting your peace, your joy, and your right to dream even now, especially now. I want you to turn off that fear-mongering news. Stop watching the news. And, I always thought about that, and I thought, how do I make it so that I'm not overcome with all the negativity that's happening? And the other day in my Kabbalah, because I'm studying the Kabbalah, in my Kabbalah studies, I got this mantra. And I'm going to share it with you because it really helped me. It says, I don't chase knowledge. I open my vessel to receive with trust. What I need to know will find me, and I am certain of that. That is a mantra that I say now all the time instead of doom scrolling, right? So the other thing I want to share with you is create a morning routine that feeds your spirit. I have a morning routine that feeds my spirit every single morning, and I have an evening routine that feeds my spirit every single evening. But here are some other suggestions for you. Listen to podcasts or read books by people who are building, not tearing down others. Action tip. Every morning, write down one thing you're grateful for, one thing you're proud of, and one thing that you will try today, even if it scares you. Right? I want you to think about that, and I want you to take that action. Remember, mujer hermosa, chula, all of you BIPOC women, all of you women that are out there, promoting other BIPOC, Latina women, all of you that are on the sunset of your life, the sunset is still light. The term sunset years might make it sound like everything is winding down, but let me remind you, the sunset is still bright, still warm, still powerful, and know that you have lived, you have learned, you have experience, and now you get to leverage all of that wisdom, all of that creativity, and fire to create financial peace and personal fulfillment. That fire that burns inside you, that's still burning, because you can create financial peace and personal fulfillment at any age. And the best thing about doing it now is that you're doing it on your own terms. Amigas, chulas, hermosas, hear this. Do not let fear run your life. Don't let the economy dictate your worth. You have everything you need to pivot, to prosper, and to become recession-proof. And if you need help, I'm right here building it with you. I am a small business coach who has gone from 4 figures to 5 figures to 6 figures. And who has gone from one income stream, one skill, one powerful day at a time. Now let me ask you this. Are you ready to start your journey with me? If so, check out the tools and the trainings that I've created to help you, the mujerpreneur, or women just like you, step into the next chapter with purpose. Once again, if you're listening to me on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel, remember to hit that bell, subscribe, and then check out the links in the description below. If you're listening to me wherever you listen to your favorite podcast show, make sure to look at the show notes and give me some love. As always, Mujeres Hermosas Chulas, this is MartiAngel, host of the Mujer De Exito Unbounded, signing off, saying gracias and have a beautiful, beautiful day.